Friends, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. In this episode, we're going to talk about if a person is eligible to obtain a green card through, or some people call it resident status, through employment-based reasons, employment-based classification. And we've just had this question this past week, and so we want to answer that for you on this channel. Some things to look at and consider is, number one, did you enter the United States with a visa? And number two, did you maintain status in America during the entire time? Now, some people may have entered the United States with a visa, let's say visitor visa, whether it's young age or later on in life. There's also some people who did not enter the country legally with a visa, so without documents, but then obtained DACA later on. And when someone turns 18, there's something called unlawful presence. And that starts when someone turns 18, as soon as they become 18 years old. Any person in the United States under the age of 18, they don't accrue unlawful presence. Okay, so, and here's the significance. If someone has lived in America for more than 1 year over the age of 18, and they never left the US, but they decide to leave the US at some point, and they, again, lived in the United States over 1 year, 365 days without any status, they will accrue the 10-year bar, the restriction. So it means you can't come back for another 10 years unless you are eligible for a waiver. So keep that in mind. There's some thought in the public that advanced parole could solve this issue, but that would only solve maybe one issue, and that's if to show that you've been inspected and admitted into US. So there'd be two left that you haven't resolved, and that's with whether you're eligible for a waiver to waive the 10-year bar, and also if you've maintained that status throughout the time you're in the US. So you want to consult with an immigration lawyer so they can review these three main issues. Now, there are some exceptions where you don't need to have the maintain your status throughout the entire time that you're in the US. And for example, that includes people who are applicants who are married to a US citizen spouse. And we call that category, actually that's not a preference category at all. So it's a little bit less wait time. And that's called immediate relative, IR, that you may see referenced online or on the receipt notices. The other applicants who are an exception to this rule of maintaining status also includes people who are members of the armed forces, and including the spouses and children, people who are applying through the NATO classification, and also certain physicians, including their spouses and children. And lastly, special immigrant juvenile, people who have had one or more of the parents either abandon, neglect, or abuse them in the past. And lastly, people who apply for a visa and a resident status through Violence Against Women Act, VAWA, VAWA. And so that initial form would have been through the I-360, by the way. I hope you find this helpful. It's very difficult for someone who has entered the country with or without a visa, and then many years later try to obtain a green card through employment-based reasons. A situation that is common where someone can obtain employment-based green card is when someone has been entered the United States with an F1 student visa and had been proactive early on and talking to employers, and they're in the process of and they have asked their employer if they can sponsor them. And so that's where we help the most clients in that scenario with those kind of facts. So we want to save all that stress from you in a strategy consultation. And if you do want a consultation from us, the best way is to self-schedule an appointment. The link is down below. Friends, if you're new to our channel, please click subscribe down below. Click the bell so you get all our future notifications of our tips and news. And share this video to your friends and colleagues, especially if you know that they have a similar situation. Please go ahead and smash the like button. Leave a comment below if you're facing a situation like this and considering which path is better. Every person's situation is different. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're considering. And lastly, please join our Facebook group. It's called Immigrant Guide and Support Living in America. It's a community where people share their challenges and successes, and also a place where people can share tips on how to get acclimated in living in the United States. Until next time, please continue wearing your mask. Friends, thank you for taking the time to watch our channel. Click over here so you can watch our most recent uploads. We'll see you soon.